Hello and good day once again. My name is Eric Loprete. You're in tune with Night Talk here on Annunciation Radio from the Diocese of Toledo. As many of our listeners know, this has been a banner year for the Diocese of Toledo in terms of membership, participation, activities, and maybe one of the most important achievements, which is the renaissance of the fourth degree here in the city of Toledo, Ohio, as we get set to host the fourth degree exemplification coming up May 8th and 9th. And to help me discuss this further, we welcome in our old friend and very worthy sir, Mr. Dan Roggelin. I know we're very excited about the fourth degree coming back here to Toledo, and we definitely want to get the word out there to as many people as we can. So this is still something that they can be a part of, and they can still sign up for. And as always, we bring you the very most educated people on these topics, which is why Dan is in the studio today, but we look forward to getting to him in just a second. Before we start, we do begin in prayer as always, and we begin today with the Hail Mary. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for our sinners, now in the hour of our death. Amen. I always love praying that prayer. Anyway, getting back to our topic today, we are discussing the fourth degree, which is coming back to the city of Toledo, which we're very excited about. I know we had a little bit of a absence there, but we are back now, and we're looking forward to getting to the exemplification ceremony that's coming up should be next month in May.
May 8th and 9th.
I cannot believe how fast is this year passing already? We're already in May.
Since I was appointed master of Ohio District 2, which consists of the Archdiocese of Cincinnati and the Diocese of Toledo on January 1st, it's been a whirlwind.
I can only believe it. I absolutely, it must be. And actually, that's a pretty good way to open up our questions here. You have an incredible passion for the fourth degree. I mean, that's why you wanted to become master. That's why we're anticipating that you will stay master for a little while. So what is it that got you just so passionate about the fourth degree?
Well, I think it's what we do for the community. With the fourth degree, it's more of a patriotic degree, and we do a lot for the veterans. We work with the Commons at Garden Lake here in the Toledo area. That is a facility that gets veterans off the streets and into housing and sustainable housing. It's all based on their income, and we do a lot to help them. In fact, our Assembly 2800 this year at Christmas time had our White Elephant Christmas party, and we raised enough money to give each one of those veterans a $35 gift card to Walmart, which happens to be right across the street from their facility. Mm-hmm. And then we made arrangements with the Commons at Garden Lake to transport the guys over there that needed a ride over there so that they could spend those the week before Christmas. And we're also anticipating on getting them gift cards here around Easter time here in the next week to help them out as well.
Well, we certainly always want to help our veterans because they kept us safe and they kept us free. So that's one of the things that motivates you. But you're not alone, because there have been a lot of other people that have helped you bring the fourth degree back to Toledo. A lot of people that are currently on the team that are going to be taking, that would be fulfilling roles on the fourth degree exemplification team. So who do we currently have on the team right now?
Well, my chief of staff, the guy that keeps me straight and squared and grounded, who I was actually talking to on the way here, is Rob Malone from Assembly 807. He kind of helped me along this journey to the position of master. So he's a guy that I go to when I really, need to clarify what I'm thinking and before I move forward on things. The other one is Bob Warnemont from Assembly 2800. He is my executive director for the Toledo Diocese, and his job is to set up the exemplifications. He runs everything. I get to show up, run the exemplification process itself. Once we're through that, I get to sit back and relax and just kind of watch things happen.
So those are your two go-to guys, huh?
Yep. And then I have Bill Garber, who is the lead on our exemplification team. With him is Matt Stapleton from Assembly 2800, Martin Kuzno from Assembly 807. Doug Homer is my my district to marshal. He is my lead marshal. Jerry Gosnell is the diocesan marshal. Sean Wyrick is in charge of audiovisual, and supporting him is Greg Singler, also from Assembly 2800. And I'm missing somebody. Oh, Johnny O from Assembly 807 is our cantor, which is a new position with this new exemplification this year.
And he does a wonderful job being a cantor. I mean, I remember when I went through my fourth degree, how well he sang. It's really incredible, actually. He does a fantastic job. So,
and I would be remiss and probably get slapped upside my head if I would forget Father Kirk. Father David Kirk, who happens to be a retired military chaplain. He is also on the team as our faithful friar.
Well, being as this is the degree of patriotism, having a former priest who was part of the military obviously is very apropos. So give us a little bit of insight, though. What have the practices been like so far? Because I know you guys have been practicing now for, 3 or 4 months?
Oh, yeah. Every other Monday, we get together and practice. We run through the entire exemplification, start to finish. And it's gone. The first couple of weeks were a little rough. You know, we had guys worried about how somebody pronounced a word and how somebody said this word or changed this word. And I finally just said, hey, make it your own. That's the decree from the master. You don't have to say every single word the way it's printed. Make it your own. Make it understandable. We don't all talk the same way. We all have different inferences and different ways to say things. Make each part your own. The only people that doesn't know it's different is us. Make sure it gives the same message, and don't worry about that one word that just trips you up every time. Make it your own.
Really good advice. Speaking of advice, I'm sure you remember when you went through the fourth degree, your first time.
Absolutely.
Can you kind of share some of your experiences with that, and maybe some advice to those who may be going through their first fourth degree ceremony?
Well, back then in the day, the old Sir Knights would just wind you up. They would tell you, it was kind of nobody knew what went on in the exemplification. So they would tell us that, hey, there's a test. You have to answer these questions, and you have to say this. You got to study this in the Bible. You got to study this in the history of the fourth degree. So if you don't answer it, they'll escort you out. Well, we found out that wasn't true. But you're just so nervous going into that exemplification that you really don't realize what's going on. You really don't catch the whole beauty of the exemplification till your second or third time sitting through it as a Sir Knight. And then you go, wow, how did I miss that? So it is pretty awesome. A lot of reverence and a lot of history. This will be our first time, actually, this Saturday. I will be traveling down to St. Gertrude Parish down in Cincinnati. We have an exemplification set up for 9 neophyte priests down there, which are
fantastic
in their process of becoming priests. And that'll be my first time going through this new exemplification. And so far from our practices, I kind of like it. You know, it breaks it up a little bit with the music, utilizing a cantor, utilizing videos. So they're not just droned to sleep by us talking all day. And it runs about an hour and a half. And the cool part, families are invited. Mom, dad, wife, kids, aunts, uncles, anybody can come to this and see what's going on. There's no secrets in the Knights of Columbus.
Absolutely.
Very, very family-oriented, very historical. And I think people are really going to like this new exemplification.
Well, once again, I'm really glad you mentioned that this isn't for the entire family, not just the gentleman who is joining the fourth degree of the Knights of Columbus. Getting back to the fourth degree, though, why is it so important that Toledo gets to do this degree again?
Well, just to build up our ranks. I mean, our average age right now is probably in our mid-60s. So we want to bring those young guys up, and a lot of those young guys don't have time to go out of town to become a fourth degree. They don't have all day. So like us, we're starting our exemplification on the 8th and 9th. And I say that over 2 days. Well, Friday evening is a practice. We always up here have done a dress rehearsal, and it allows priests who have masses on Saturdays to come in on Friday night and go through the exemplification, which so far this year we have 2 priests going through on Friday night, and we have 2 other priests that are going through on Saturday. So that's pretty exciting for us. When we get the priests involved, it really helps us because gives them a chance to get to know us a lot more and understand what we can do for their parish and their parish community. So we'll have a practice on Friday evening. We have set up hotels over on Carronade Drive, the Holiday Inn on Carronade Drive in Perrysburg. We have rooms available there for anybody that's coming from out of town or wants to spend overnight there. We will also, Assembly 2000 and Assembly 807 is splitting the cost of having a hospitality room where you can just come in, have a bite to eat, have a beverage, and see those nights that maybe you haven't seen in a year or so. You know, there's a lot of times where we just get to see guys once a year when they come in from other assemblies in the Toledo Diocese.
Well, it certainly sounds like it's going to be a great time, and we encourage everyone listening out there to please join us for the 4th degree ceremony, which promises to be a absolutely wonderful event that's going to be put on by the Knights of Columbus. If you're just joining us today, my guest has been Mr. Daniel Roggelin as he goes over the 4th degree ceremony that'll be coming to the Toledo area on May 8th and 9th, and we certainly look forward to that. Dan, real quick before we go to break, how many guys do we have currently signed up for this?
I think we're at 29.
We're at
right
29.
Now, 29, and I would like to be as close to 50 or so as I can. I mean, it's been 2 years since we've had an exemplification in the Toledo area. The last one was held in Findlay, Ohio, but to have it right here in the Toledo area pretty much proper by having it at St. John's the 23rd in Perrysburg, Ohio, I think we're going to get a lot of input and a lot of guys that are excited about coming, and the fact that we now have a master from the Toledo Diocese has increased the excitement. So we are really looking forward to putting on a great event, and that's what we want to make it. We want to make this an event. We want people looking forward to, hey, every May or every April, we're going to go to the Toledo Diocesan 4th degree exemplification. Even though they're already been exemplified, come to see the new guys that are coming in, support them, and see old friends.
Absolutely. And we're excited to continue this interview right after this.
Did you know that Toledo, Ohio still has an active abortion center? Each year, hundreds of preborn babies' lives are lost here. But together, we can make a difference. Through prayer, fasting, and our peaceful public presence, hearts and minds can be changed. Join us from February 18th through March 29th for 40 Days for Life. Commit to just 1 hour of prayer each week outside Toledo's last abortion facility. Visit 40daysforlife.com/Toledo. That's 40daysforlife.com/Toledo.
Shop with a purpose at your St. Vincent de Paul Toledo thrift store, now located in the Airport Square Shopping Center, right next to Pet Supplies Plus at Airport and Reynolds. Save big on a huge selection of quality, gently used clothing, housewares, and lots of unique finds. Every purchase helps us help our neighbors in need. The St. Vincent de Paul Toledo Thrift Store, Airport Highway at Reynolds. Open from 10 to 6 Monday through Friday, 10 to 5 Saturday.
The Order of Christian Initiation for Adults is a journey of faith. OCIA classes are designed for those who desire full communion with the Catholic Church. Whether you are new to the faith or want to learn more, or have been away from the church, or haven't received the sacraments as a child and want to come back, OCIA classes are for you. Contact your parish or the local Catholic Church and register for the next session.
Some parents try to comfort themselves with the line that kids don't need quantity time. I give them quality time. That's all that matters. And you know, quality time is important, but you know what's even more important? Lots and lots of time. I had an uncle when I was 6 or 7 who used to sit next to me on the couch and watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I doubt he was really into that show, at least not as much as I was. That wasn't quality time, but it was quantity time. And that's some of my best memories as a 7-year-old. Not because it was such an amazing quality time, but because it was time with my Uncle Dan, who was telling me something just by sitting there with me. You know what lots of time communicates to kids? It communicates you're worth it. You're worth me, as a grown man, just wasting time on. It communicates that that kid is valued above whatever other important adult stuff you have to get to. And you just can't communicate that by little scheduled bursts of quality time. This is Chris Stefanik from Real Life Catholic.
Well, hello and welcome back to Night Talk. My name is Eric Loprete. Joining me today is our current serving District Master of Ohio 2, Mr. Daniel Roggelin, as we go over the 4th degree ceremony that is coming to Toledo, Ohio, May 8th and 9th. There is still time for you to sign up. Before we go back to Dan, however, we do have our council announcements. River East Mother Teresa is currently doing a 40 cans for Lent. Please contact Deputy Grand Knight Father David Kirk for more details at davidrkirk2004@gmail.com. They will also be hosting a pancake breakfast at Mount Carmel Church on April 26th, starting at 10:30. St. Jerome will be hosting a golf tournament at Eagles Landing Golf Club in Oregon, Ohio on April 21st. Start time is 8:30. Contact Craig Vogel at 567-277-2697 for more details. There will be a District Deputy Appreciation Dinner on Sunday, April 19th at 3 p.m. being held at St. Joseph Maumee. Contact Mr. Roggelin for more details. Priest Appreciation Dinner is scheduled for April 21st. Doors open at 5 p.m. The event will be held at Greystone Hall. Please contact Greg Singler at gsing50@gmail.com. First call for state convention is here. The convention this year is being held in Columbus, Ohio on May 22nd through the 24th. Please start making plans to attend and book a hotel reservation. You must have your reservations made by May 1st to receive the group rate. Please contact State Treasurer Chris Sarka at c_sarka@hotmail.com. And finally, Off the Streets drop-off points will continue the last Saturday of the month at St. Ignatius in Oregon from 11 until 1, and at St. Joseph Maumee every Saturday starting at 8 a.m. That's going to do it for council announcements. We come back to Mr. Daniel Roggelin, who is going over our 4th degree ceremony. Once again, that will be held on May 8th and 9th. Here in Perrysburg, Ohio, and we're looking very much forward to that. To start off this segment, we kind of wanted to go through the schedule, and then also we have a special announcement of sorts. Correct, Dan?
Well, again, we're going to start out on Friday evening at Candidate Call at 6 o'clock p.m. at St. John the 23rd Catholic Church. And that will be for the priests or anyone that needs to go through the exemplification process on Friday evening because of no availability on Saturday for them. So we do this as a benefit to everybody. And so there'll be a dress rehearsal, priest exemplification at 7 o'clock p.m. And that'll take about an hour and a half or so, and we will get those guys through the exemplification process. There'll also be a hospitality room available for those that are coming in from out of town, and that'll be at the Holiday Inn in Perrysburg on Carinade Drive, and it'll actually be in room 434. And when you come into the hotel, look for the signs that'll direct you to that. If you want to set up a room, you can go to Toledo 4th degree KOC, or you can call the hotel directly, let them know that you're a knight and coming in for the exemplification for a special rate. And that phone number is 567-331-8900. On Saturday morning, we'll open up registration at 8 o'clock in the morning in the narthex at St. John the 23rd, and also have donuts, coffee, juice available in the narthex for the candidates and their families. Candidates will assemble with the diocesan marshal in the parish hall at 9 o'clock. Candidate family members will hear the introduction for the 4th degree and what our emblem stands for and some other instructions, and they will pin their Sir Knight candidate with the 4th degree pin. At 9:15 to 9:30, my worthy marshals and honor guard will kind of herd everybody together and get them seated in church. The exemplification ceremony will begin at 9:30, and that is absolute. We're going to start on time. After the exemplification is completed, class picture will be taken. Then Mass will be set up, and we'll hold a Mass at approximately 11:15. And then VIP lineup for the luncheon and award ceremony will begin at noon. Luncheon and award ceremony seating begins at 12:15. Luncheon and award ceremony in the parish hall will start at 12:30, and lunch will be served at 12:45, and lunch will consist of this year a Polish wedding luncheon,
Really?
which will include chicken, kielbasa, sweet and sour cabbage, potato salad, roll butter, soft drinks, water, and coffee. So something a little bit different, and it's going to be a great time. So please come out. Please support our Sir Knights and the work that they do in the community. And the announcement I would like to make is every year we have a class honoree, and this goes to a person. First, they have to be nominated, and then the staff gets together. They read through all the nominations and look at what this Sir Knight has done for the fourth degree over the years. And this year's class honoree for May 8th and 9th will be Sir Knight Sean Wyrick from Assembly 807.
Very well deserved. Very well deserved. Sean is an incredible guy. He really is.
We have numerous folks that have sent in their initial paperwork but haven't completed all their registrations. Please get those in. If you're one of those guys that hadn't sent in your registration yet and you're planning on going, it's got to be in by April 15th. So please, over the next week or so here, get it turned in, which will allow me to kind of take a deep breath and relax a little bit.
And definitely go ahead and do it, because April 15th will be here before you know it. Trust me, we're already in May, or almost, already in April here in the year of 2026. And I don't know how that crept up on us, but it certainly did.
We blinked.
Yeah, I know, really. It's what it seems like. But anyway, Dan, we ended last segment. We talked about, what were some of your experiences going through your fourth degree first time, what people should be expecting. But for knights who may be in the third degree and they're thinking about the fourth, and maybe they don't really know the difference between the third and the fourth degree, how much value do you think it adds to a knight's journey to go from the third to the fourth degree?
Well, the fourth degree has been referred to as the right arm of the church. We are the visible knights out there. We're the guys in the uniforms and that we're currently every Saturday we're at the cathedral being the honor guard for confirmation masses. All these kids get to see us and get to see what the knights are and who they are and put names to faces. I'll never forget the first time that I marched in the honor guard. I was a high school soccer coach at Cardinal Stritch Catholic High School, and as I'm walking up there for their commencement, walking up with the honor guard, I could hear in the audience going, "Hey, look, that's Coach. He's a knight." And then it kind of clicked to them why we started every practice with a prayer, every game with a prayer, and finished with a prayer. It all then came together for them. So it's really cool. They get to see who you are, and potentially, we hope to bring those kids when they're 18 into the Knights of Columbus.
Absolutely. We can use all the young blood we can get into the Knights of Columbus.
Absolutely.
Trust me, nobody's getting younger. Including myself. So, anyway, thank you for sharing that wonderful memory, and that's a very good point as to why it's so important to go from the third to the fourth degree, so that you're out there on the front lines and people know that you're a Knight of Columbus member, and hopefully you're attracting younger people to be Knights of Columbus members. So thank you for sharing that. We also covered that there were some changes to the degree without spilling the whole bean cart. Can you give us maybe some inside information about some of the changes that's been made to the ceremony?
Well, I think they smoothed it out a little bit, went more to the positives throughout history that the Knights of Columbus has been involved in, took some of the negatives out, and just made it more family-oriented and positive for everybody. And like I say, I think they've done a good job. I like the way they've broken up the talking parts with videos and with songs and things like that. So I think it runs a lot smoother, and it just seems more appropriate.
You sound really excited to get this going and underway. So how do you feel at this point, being in charge with the fourth degree? I mean, are you a kid on Christmas, or are you? What's kind of going? What emotions are you going through right now?
I am scared to death.
You don't sound like it.
I have my first exemplification this Saturday. I'll drive about 3 hours and 15 minutes down there Saturday morning. We'll put all this together. I have not yet met the Cincinnati team because I had knee replacement surgery 7 weeks ago, so I've been a little bit laid up, which slowed me down just a hair. And so I'll get to meet the team down there for the first time, even though I know most of the guys throughout my career as a Knight. It just be the first time we work together. They know I've been practicing, so they're a little bit nervous. And we want to put on a good performance. We want this to be fun. We want this to be exciting. The neophyte priests at St. Gertrude are just overwhelmed right now with everything. It's coming up into Holy Week. They're learning all the things that they have to learn. And we're really putting this into a very small window on Saturday that they're available to do this.
Dan, I can't tell you how appreciative I am of you coming on the show today and going over all this with us. One last time, if people want to still sign up, where can they go? How can they get involved?
They can go to any of their district deputies. They can go to any of their 4th degree Knights. And if not, they can contact me at my email at docrogg@gmail.com, and I will send them the forms out immediately.
Well, once again, appreciative of you being here. I do have one last question because I think we got about 30 seconds left. If you could have breakfast with one biblical figure, who would it be and why?
Oh, it's always been St. Joseph.
Okay.
I'm a father, a grandfather, and I would just like to sit down and talk to him. How did you, and I'm sure Jesus was a normal kid there for about the first 12 years or so until he kind of got holy guidance, I'm sure. I want to know how he handled that. I told this story before, but I saw a cartoon one time where they're trying to give Jesus a bath, and St. Joseph is going, I said get in the bath water, not on it. And Jesus is standing up on the water in the bathtub. And I just want to talk to St. Joseph. How did you handle discipline with Jesus, knowing who he was, and how did you do things to make him grow as a person before he became our Savior?
That is a perfect answer, Dan. Thank you so much. Once again, thank everyone else for listening. You've been listening to Night Talk here on Annunciation Radio. We hope you have a fantastic week, and God bless until we see you again.